fuck into it.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Red Valkyrie Presents. I'm, of course, Shae the Red, channeling my inner rags, tactical vest and all. Because why not? Because fuck it, man. Let's just do this shit. Yeah, past Mr. Dan, by the way, he says, story of our lives, men waiting on a woman. How dare you, sir? How dare you? Anyway, I'm here with my amazing co-host, Sai. How are you doing?
Awesome. Very awesome.
Sure?
Totally awesome.
You sound less than awesome. You sound like mildly awesome.
I am 37% comatose, so I mean
solid.
As I am wont to be.
You good? You done?
Yeah.
Okay. Can I move on?
So how are you, TonicMole?
I'm great.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I'm curious, is there like stormy weather around you? Because I just hear this low level rumble, or are you right near railroad tracks, or is Zeus behind you? Or
it's probably my computer.
Oh, really?
Possibly.
Hi, Shae.
Hi, ass. Hi, TonicMole. It's nice to have you on again. So it has been a hot, actually incredibly cold at this point minute since we had you on. Because we had you on for Lily and Wepawet, and we were just talking about this backstage that we think at that time you had like Saving the World issue 2, maybe?
Yeah. So
yeah.
I came on for my
spin-off
third issue. Yeah, it is a spin-off, which was my third comic.
Yeah. And now we are on Saving the World 8. So been a minute.
Yeah.
Seems like you've been busy.
Yeah. Yeah, we're on issue 8, so our 9th comic so far.
Nice.
Oh, sorry. I'm hearing Cyborg Valkyrie type on his computer.
Yes.
It's in only my left ear. So I thought it was coming from my computer, like one of the fans was going bad. And I was like, what the hell is that?
You're like, that's going to die soon. That's
it kind of scared the hell out of me.
So I'll talk on the right and type on the left.
Perfect.
That's weird. Oh, man.
I came on for Lily and Wepawet, which was the spin-off of... In hindsight, having a spin-off after 2 issues is weird. But at the time, it felt like, oh, this is totally normal. But when I looked back, I was like, no, that's after issue 3, which maybe would be kind of okay. I was like, no, this is my third comic, but everybody loved it, so whatever.
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna, don't be mad at me. I haven't read it yet. And the reason is because I have...
One. Lily and Wepawet?
Any of them?
Any? How have you not read? They're not
I flipped through. Okay, I flipped through, but I have a stupid number of backings, which means that I literally have. What am I at now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have at least 9 short boxes full, and of those, 1.5 are not indie comics. So
yeah, but all those
I'm behind.
Oh, those are real shitty. This is good.
I look.
You should know.
You already got my buy-in. It's got redheads. I'm down. I just haven't sat down and read.
I get your money. So that's all that's really important. But
I promise I'm gonna read them.
I feel, And yeah, they're not super wordy, because I don't like comics that are super wordy at all. And if they are, it all has to, like, I see sometimes this is going to get me in trouble, but like when writers like and then there's the artist, it kind of feels like the writer is trying to like justify being there. So you're like, and it's like, well, the artist does most of the storytelling. The writer really only needs to put in what the people say. And there are
I was going to say, I also think that depending on how you write, like if you're the kind of, most writers are going to be like, I have this really good idea, and they're going to team up with an artist, and they're going to say, this is what needs to be in, like, on the first page, I'm seeing like 3 or 4 panels. How many panels do you see? This is what story needs to happen here. So you're still storytelling. It's just really unconventional because you're not like, you're not sitting down with page upon page upon page in a novel or all of this dialogue. Like you can't turn and be like, all of this was me. And you're like, I told him to draw that, and then he drew it really well.
Oh, right, yeah.
And I was really happy that he drew it.
And I've done a little bit to where I've written a script and someone else drew it, and it is pretty cool that now I'm 100% hands off. So I write it like I would write it for myself, and then so an artist that goes, oh, I need to know panels. It's like, well, that's your job. I just write the bare minimum what they need, because as they're drawing it, they'll see it, and they'll know how to lay this out. And layouts are really the hard part. And so I think, the more hands-off a writer is, and if they have a good artist, I guess I guess the dominant force should take over.
Yeah, it's if you've got a good relationship with your artist.
Yeah.
As a writer, then you're like, okay, and it needs to have like that thing that you do that's really cool.
Right.
Do that somewhere in there, and it'll look awesome. But then, like when I did my short story for the Kill Journal, the guy who was the artist for my story, English wasn't his first language, and I don't think it was his second. I think it was his third.
Right.
And so when I was giving the script over to Adam for him to get it to the artist, he kept on saying like, okay, like, can you flesh it out a little bit more? So I ended up like, I went ham on it, and I was like, okay, so this is what the person needs to look like. Here's photo references of different, like these eyes, this hair, this, whatever, to try and get the point across. But it was mostly because I was writing like if I was writing for me, and I managed to have enough artistic skill to be able to draw this the way that I want it. And so I was like, yeah, like this. And he would come back and be like, I don't know if he knows what that means. And I was like, that would be an English idiom. Let me hold on. Let me figure out how to break this down.
Right.
I'm like, I can do this. And so I'm like, we're gonna go pictures. Like here's pictures like this. Something that looks kind of like this. And then he'd draw it, and I'd be like, that's like 80% like what I showed. That's not bad. That's not bad. A couple of times where I was like, can we change it? And Adam's like, no. And I was like, okay. It's good. It's great. I love it.
I have this thing to where I don't know. It wasn't on purpose. It just always turned out that way. But whenever an artist would go, oh, I need a reference or something, I would send them photos of Angelina Jolie from the movie Firefox.
Nice.
But it didn't matter what character it was. It was multiple characters. I sent the exact same photo, and they never got remotely close. But that's why I could keep using it, to be fair. If someone did it, well, that would be it.
You're like, okay, well, that character, finally, Angelina Jolie has been realized in my world.
You know what you should do? Take Angelina Jolie out of like every movie role she's done, and just make them each a different character in your story.
to some degree, that's pretty accurate.
I mean, this character is her in Wanted. This character is her in Hackers. We got some Maleficent sprinkled in over here.
Dude, yes.
Yeah. Oh, I'd like to point out that
Jesus, my typing is not fucking bad. All right, go ahead.
I have read Kill Journal. But hey, it's no big deal.
I appreciate. Look, I only did Marty's backstory, but
Right.
I look. If you say something more than good or bad, you will officially most likely have given me the most feedback I have gotten on this project.
Oh, hold on. Okay, I'd have to reread the thing though.
I had this is everything I got. I had one person say, I wish it was longer. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I already busted what I was paid for by a page. And I was like, don't worry about paying me. It has to be in there for pacing.
Right.
I was like, it's fine. Just keep it.
Mhm.
Like, I don't care. It works for the story. And then the other, everybody else was like, it was good. And I'm like,
Getting
ouch.
feedback is impossible.
it
in
is so
indie
hard.
comics. And I have some people who've read, they're kind of the super fans or something. And I get feedback from them, and I never get negative feedback, so I don't know what I'm doing wrong. But
Yes.
I do get positive feedback, which tells me what I'm doing right. So I'm like, hey, that'll work. And the biggest takeaway, and that goes back to Lily and Lepawet a lot, was I never underestimate the reader, because
That is a huge thing.
when I did my first issue, I was just kind of going, well, I'll have these two girls being superheroes, and it's kind of a little bit of comedy and drama. But I had the vision of this giant shared universe of beings and stuff like that. And so I really wanted to kick it off with people knowing that it wasn't just these two girls in a goofy comedy, that around them was this vast world. So I had some of my buddies draw. I wrote the scripts and they drew them. Peter Palmiotti did one. Tony Sizzle did the other. And then I did a third story that was in a separate little comic I shipped out for free with the issue. And the story I did was Lily and Lepawet, because I was like, nobody's going to understand it, and it's weird, and it gets into time travel and multiverses and all this stuff. And they'll never get it, but I can at least get it out of my system.
Yeah.
Then everybody's like, hey, that Lily and Lepawet, and it was called Saving the Universe. They go, I like that. I was like, what? That's the thing you like the most? The thing I thought everybody wouldn't like because they wouldn't understand it? And
That's always how it goes, though.
Yeah. And
like everything that you're like, the audience is gonna love this. The audience is like, that's okay. And you're like, this is so much work, and you don't even care. And then you're like, this stupid throwaway story, like, what are you gonna do more of that? And you're like, oh, fuck all of you. Seriously? The throwaway is what you like? Like, I just had a stupid idea because I was high on, like, painkillers and decided to write this shit.
Hey, that's my entire... So, I used to do... When I was a kid, I liked superhero comics. But, and I kind of grew up... I was born in 1981. So, I was that exact generation that grew up with the modern comic. So we had the Infinite Crisis of Crisis of Infinite Earths, and the launch of like Canon and all this stuff, and then the 90s boom and Ninja Turtles, all this stuff. And
Ninja Turtles.
And yeah, I know. And so Ninja Turtles and Batman was my two big things when I was
I wanted to marry Raphael, and it's so funny.
Oh
Because like I look back at it now, and I'm like, this little like 7-year-old girl was like, Raphael's my boyfriend, and my parents were like, I don't think she's old enough for us to really crush that dream yet. So yeah, sure. The weird, like, you know, radioactive turtle thing is your boyfriend. That's fine.
Hey, you know what's weird? In hindsight, nowadays, people having crushes on anthro characters is completely normal.
Yeah.
Ninja Turtles were trailblazers.
They were.
And so
I had like 3 different stuffed animals of Raphael, and I carried them everywhere. One of them, he was Santa Claus. And like it would be like July, and I was like carrying like a really pissed off looking Raphael in a Santa suit. People are like, so she does know that it's not Christmas, and I was like, it can be Christmas if Raphael wants it to be. Shut up.
Right. Yeah.
It's whatever he wants. Okay, there's no reason it can't be.
Yeah, this is true. And it's funny. Ninja Turtles is really, it's the everything. So now I will admit I'm a little too young to have been into the original comic. It came out when I was 3, but it was like underground comic in a way, sold only at comic stores. I wouldn't have known. But I got into the cartoon.
Yeah, that's what got me.
Yeah, and I was collecting the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Adventures. That was based on the cartoon, not the original series as much. And but a lot of that comic was done by the same guys that did. So Mirage Comics just had their guys that were doing Ninja Turtles go over to Archie and start drawing. So Jim Lawson, who does a cover for the current comic, he did a lot of work on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Adventures. But he also did a lot of work on the TMNT. Like Volume 2 was only him. So Eastman and Laird had kind of, you know, gone off with movies and stuff. And it was like, I don't know, but it was like Jim said, hey, can I just, you know, keep going? And they said, go for it, buddy. So he did yeah, why not? And so he did Volume 2. And then he went for so many issues. And then I think, Volume 3 was Image, but that was non-canon type weird deal. And then he came back for Volume 4. And so he was doing Ninja Turtles till 2009 when they sold it to Nickelodeon. And so I think he was 21 or something when he got hired, and he left at that was his career, was Ninja Turtles. And he did some, me and him worked together on Lily and Whippawet. He did a little short for that. Yeah, and then he did half of issue number 3. So he did the first half. He did a variant cover for number 3, and then he's doing a variant cover for number 8. That is.
Oh, that's cool.
So I'll talk more about number 8 since that's the point. So
let me share the screen so people can see all the awesomeness that we're talking about. Because
that's a good idea.
They should probably see the campaign at some point instead of just thinking that I'm like a wackadoo in a unicorn onesie with a tactical vest for funsies.
Yeah, that's true. They might think you're crazy.
By the
way,
they
already do if they watch the show.
Just to clarify, this does not mean that I like cat girls.
Right.
Wink, wink. Exactly. All right. Let's
I mean, at least not like the tame, domesticated ones.
Oh my gosh, that's not what I was gonna do, Sai.
Okay.
You're such an ass.
Thank you.
You spend all these times with these cool transitions, and we don't ever use them.
Wow.
See, that's way better, right?
Yeah, that's nice.
Thank you. I created it, and then I'm like, I mean, it's 3 buttons to hit.
It's like I have to click 3 things in like 3 seconds, and that's a lot.
It just is.
So hard.
Now, when I was making the stream today, you were at like 1200 even, so I mean, you're going up nicely.
Oh yeah,
it's going good.
Yeah, this is nuts, and I love Illustrator Monk. His women all look just so doe-eyed and beautiful, and
he is
ridiculous.
Very popular.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
God. Confirmed too. That's even worse.
That
worse than just being confirmed. You're confirmed. Oh.
I mean, she's not furry. I'm looking at her for science.
It depends on the iteration. Sometimes very furry.
That is true.
Oh my god, I'm not talking like Pornhub Chitara here. I'm talking about
Look at past Master Dan. Why couldn't Shae do the character in blue? That is the saving the world character, and I didn't have time to get a blue bra top, or I would have.
With gold inlay
And-
fringe.
And you already bought the hoodie. And
I've been waiting to wear this onesie for like a year and a half.
Right.
So
Now was the
and
time.
not while drunk, like while totally sober.
Well, sober. For business.
Exactly. Chitara was my first serious relationship.
Oh no,
Oh,
this
we're
one's
sad.
better.
Making an observation. Wait, she's on Pornhub here, I think. Terrible.
We just
All
lost
right.
a viewer for
Oh.
months.
It's fine. They'll get over it. Yeah. Okay. So saving the world with Sailor Ragowski crossover. So obviously this is book 8. Now,
Yes.
without getting too into, because I know that you've got 1 through 7,
Yeah.
storyline or whatever. What's kind of come to expect with this crossover?
Okay, so, my characters, Kierra and Nora. Kierra is super strong, and Nora her brain is enhanced, so she's really smart. And they're trying to find out the origin of their superpowers, because in the first issue, you see, they just wake up naked somewhere random with superpowers, and they have no idea why or where. And the story has just continued, and they're seeing that this has affected a lot more people and things around the world, and nobody knows why. So Nora is trying to discover the origin of their powers, and she has detected a strange energy residue on their cells, and she has hypothesized that it's due to wormholes, and that would
Okay.
explain why they disappear and reappear. And they're
Oh my gosh, hold on. Is Nora Nora's the brainy one? Is she the blonde?
yes.
Oh, I love that you did that. I love that you made the brainy character a blonde. That's
Right.
amazing.
And so
Yes.
so Nora she thinks it's a wormhole. So she uses a microwave with a was it an Odyssey? Is it a Magnavox or a? Anyways, it was
okay.
it was the console I had when I was a little kid. It's like an Atari,
Oh.
but
I thought-
the controllers look like a TV remote. Like they had the 9 numbers and stuff.
Magnavox, ColecoVision.
Coleco. I think that's it. Okay, so
Yeah.
she has that mounted to a microwave, and it don't explain, but somehow she can make wormholes with this thing. All of
Awesome.
all of her technology is for some reason uses consoles from the late 70s and early 80s, and like one she uses on this page maybe you might be able to see it. She has a power glove that she mounted a taser onto, and so she can punch people and shock them. So
Nice.
that was the running gag of she uses early console
Is that her Hulk smashing somebody?
Oh, okay. Yeah, this is complicated. Okay, I'll get back to that. So yeah, now the preview there is from issue 6 and 7, and so for the people, for my longtime readers,
Jeez, what a dig. Ouch.
I know for this
fun.
it's a big deal where Kierra, the little one in that frame, is suddenly faced with Nora being the big strong one. So it's kind of reversal. Okay, so anyways, they open up a wormhole and get sucked into it and are launched through the Indieverse. And you see characters from other people's comics, such as Kill Journal
Yeah.
and Terry Moore that does Strangers in Paradise.
I don't actually.
Oh, he started in '93. He's like a big hotshot guy.
Okay.
He let me have like Motor Girl as a little back character. Also, Punchline from
Yeah.
Bill, and Well, everybody. There's so many. Hold on. Just so real quick. I have a. I say real quick, but it's probably lost within.
Real quick, in 10 years. It's
No.
fine. We'll find it.
No, I found it. I totally found it. Okay.
I'm so proud of you.
Okay. So these are the characters that appear. There's a few more, but these are the ones that their comics are also included with the digital Indieverse bundle. So Sailor Ragowski, obviously, that's the crossover, and
Yes.
Rags #1 because it's part of the Sailor Ragowski shared universe thing.
Right.
Raven Demon Hunter, his character appears as an alternate who's the villain.
Ha! That's awesome.
Yeah, and then Punchline has a cameo. Otis Stein has a cameo.
Very cool.
Adobe Kroger has a cameo, and then Triple Crown. Triple Crown, it's included kind of along with Adobe Kroger, but I don't think there's really a cameo of it. I'm not certain. Then Kale Journal, Zombieful World of Oz, Identity Stunt, Vestry, and Thrasher, and then Terry Moore's been a big influence on me because I was 39 when I started when I crowdfunded my first comic, and I was like, man, I'm old as hell to be starting this. And I talked to Terry Moore occasionally on Twitter, or at least he humored me. And I was like, I wonder when he started. He started in 1993, and he was 39.
Oh,
and
wow.
He worked at Marvel. He's worked at Marvel, DC a little, but he really likes just doing his own stuff. And so, anyways, that was a big
look at
inspiration.
Nefarious calling Brian out. He's like, "Where's Brian?
I know.
Not here,
Hey,
Brian."
I was working on hold on. I'm working on a tweet to Shae. Okay, hold on. Okay, I got. Oh, well, here it is. I got the thing. I need to add them. And let's see. At Rag.
Yeah.
Comic
Yeah,
Rags.
just don't publicly send the StreamYard link, please.
Yeah. Oh, I got to. That's the most important part. Let's see. Namco. Oh no, not that one. Yeah. I give away. Okay, and now I need to go to YouTube to get the actual. Okay, hold on. Oh wow, it's right there. Cause oh my god. Sorry, it was an ad. For something horrible. What is this? Okay, anyways, I can.
Oh, what was the ad for? I've never seen an ad on our channel because
It's a lady wearing a swimsuit with a man's hairy chest on it.
Oh my gosh, I've seen that. It is just.
I mean that kind of fits our channel. I don't have a hairy chest though.
I wish that it wasn't so on point, but that is really on point for our channel, so they clearly know our audience.
Okay, I just added them,
Yes.
and the link to the YouTube.
Very good.
There we go, and then a picture of you.
Ha! Yes.
I use the photo you had.
Yes, I love it.
It's perfect. Okay. Oh, but the ad, I figured out what it was. It was for men's soap and stuff.
It's like the Sasquatch whatever soapy, yeah.
Maybe, but it had a lady in a bathing suit that had the hairy chest in the shower. So I don't know what that's about. So, oh yeah, okay. So yeah, back to the thing. So yeah, they travel through the multiverse and you see all these characters and stuff like that. And then they eventually land in Sailor Ragowski's world. And oddly enough, so part of my motivation of this was Brian Ball had Luigi do a variant cover for #1. So as a nobody, just talking to him, and he said, here's our two characters. And so Sailor Ragowski's always been kind of, we share a lot of the same readers and stuff like that. So it all made sense to do a crossover. But also, I personally don't like crossovers, ironically, because usually they're just for the sake of one.
Yeah,
And-
it's usually just to capitalize on someone's IP popularity.
Right. And so or trying to combine something of that sort. So but in this case, it was where Saving the World is kind of not a parody, but I want all of the elements of mainstream comics mirrored in my comic in some way, and multiverse, and then traveling through it was part of it. And to make it matter, you learn a lot about the limits of. So far, we haven't heard like Kierra apparently has no weaknesses in the first 7 issues. She's just indestructible, and we never see the limits of her powers. And so this gave me the chance to explore and show that Kierra, there is a limit that's very extreme, but it exists. So you kind of find out what her kryptonite is and all this type of stuff. And
Very cool.
So that's a large idea there.
Okay, so this is one of the questions that I had. You said bonus all physical tiers get Sailor Ragowski 1 and 2.
Did she just freeze?
Oh yeah, she did.
Oh, there we go.
Okay, I was trying to guess what she was asking, but I didn't.
Really quickly, so Mrs. H posted this.
Yeah.
Oh,
Awesome.
nice.
Very good.
That
Very
is
good.
epic.
So I'm going to stop sharing. That looks great. I'm going to stop sharing now because I just realized Silhouette in the background is our DM group for the auction. So let's not show that. Where Rini is like, hey, I've totally posted that I was going to be on the wrong time. Yeah.
Yeah, my internet keeps locking up really bad for whatever reason. It has no excuse. So what I was asking is, you've got that everyone's getting Sailor Ragowski 1 and 2, Raven Demon Hunter 1 for free. Are those digital or physical?
Digital only.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Very cool.
I almost everywhere I put digital, and that one thing I think I didn't put specifically digital. I'll get that.
No problem. I'm happy that, because that was remember how I told you I was like, I'm going to need you to explain some of these tiers, because I got really excited, and then I was like, wait, is this physical or digital? And I was like,
right.
Is there a physical? How much is that? Okay, I need to talk to TonicMole. Yeah, I'm super down for this. I think that like I've thumbed through. I haven't sat down and read, but I have thumbed through Saving the World, and it looks like it's just a lot of fun.
Right.
It seems like it's a really good story. I promise I will read it. I now feel really bad. I didn't before.
And before you didn't give a shit.
Before I didn't feel bad at all, but now I'm like, ooh, probably should have read that.
I feel this thing I've never felt before.
Is this guilt? This might be guilt.
Oh my god, it's terrible.
That's weird. I don't like it. You can have it back.
Oh, that's it. So yeah, it's all my previous comics were very dark, horribly depressing, and
sounds right up my alley.
Right, and it was the 90s and early 2000s. That was the thing to do, and I got really into it. Within, I kind of was like in my late 20s or something, and I was like, well, this comic book thing's clearly not going to happen because I've never been further away from it than now. And so I started fixing tires, and I did that for 10 years. So anyways, when I got back to it, I was like, I don't really want to just do depressing stuff. And I had done the first issue of Saving the World when I was 30. That was when I I went to a Comic-Con and everybody just said, nah, that's probably not going to do good or whatever. And so I got no help there. And so,
solid.
So anyways, when I come back to it, by then I'd really started rereading the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from the early 80s. And I was like, those guys just did whatever the hell they wanted. Like random ideas. For instance, the Ninja Turtles themselves, their main characters, was just a random idea. And they said, let's dedicate our souls to this. And then their next idea, maybe be like, an alligator in the sewer, run with it hard. And everything was just whatever random idea. And I was like, it's so fun to read. And I mean, to some degree, the cartoon had to take a different angle to it, but it still came through. Like, the reason the movies and cartoon and all those are successful is because that root of it was so dedicated, despite how absurd every aspect of it was.
Well, so this is something that I like wholeheartedly believe, but I think that a lot of people are so timid and so worried about other people's impressions. If you have an idea and you are passionate and excited about that idea and you execute that idea well, that is infectious. Seeing somebody who's just having so much fun with an IP and a design and all of that, and that is enjoying it, and you're doing it because you like it, and that's the motivation behind it, that gets people more on board for it. And the people that I've enjoyed their stories the most are the ones who don't really care about who's like, yeah, that's never gonna fly, and they're like, well, fuck you, I'm gonna do it anyway. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't need your shit, you know?
Yeah, nothing, and you know, there's kind of this idea of infusing emotion or your feelings that no matter, it's not intentional, and I don't even know how exactly it works, but with painters, they say, you know, how you feel when you're painting it comes through. And I don't know how that would be. I'm not a spiritual person, but I know that there is some mechanical function there, that when you have fun, the reader has fun. And
well, a perfect example is one of my paintings that I have sitting over there that I'm not going to get up and go get because it's over there. I titled it Make It Stop, and I like literally the only time that I painted anything on this was when I was like overwhelmed and done with everyone's shit and just couldn't handle it anymore. Like the first bit that I painted, I just squeezed a bunch of paint out on a canvas and I literally finger painted.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I'm pissed, and I need to have a different sensation than the sensation that I currently have. So I'm just gonna finger paint the fuck out of the background. And I did a whole bunch of gray and blue swirls and like really weird shit. Then I was like, well, now that's gonna have to dry for 10 years because I used like half a bottle of paint.
Right.
Like way more than I should have, but damn, it didn't feel good. And then when I finally sat down to paint the main character, I'm not great at form. I'm still learning a lot when it comes to art, but I sat down and I just kind of wrote down a bunch of insecurities, scribbled them all out, and then just really loosely painted this form around it. And everyone who has seen it, like, this is what drives me nuts. I know people are capable of feedback because I got feedback on this painting, and I don't get feedback on any of my writing. And so I'm like, okay. But I had like friends of mine that I served in the military with that are totally no bullshit, and they're not like artsy fartsy people. They don't like hang in this realm. And one of them was like, can I buy a canvas print of this? And I was like, yeah, you can. Give me like 5 minutes. I like put it up on our website, and he, within 10 minutes, he had it purchased. And then once he got it in his house, he went and he hung it up in the wall and took a picture and sent it to me. And he was like, I've never had a painting like speak to me. And he's like, I never understood what that meant. And then I saw this and I went, oh, I felt that. Yeah. That exact thing. I have been there. I have felt that. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's like the most amazing compliment I could have ever gotten, you know?
And you know, that is, there's a guy who does, he drew for Batman, and he was one of those, this was the 90s, so they were a lot more experimental, but Ted McKeever, and he did his own weird indie type stuff, but he's very loose form. And Batman's blocky, and like eyes will never be in the same place, and often they're just circles with all this weird stuff emanating from him, and he draws everybody like that. And and you would almost say you couldn't compare him to Jim Lee or anything because he's no less talented, but his form is all over the place, but the amount of emotion is unsurmountable. And I would argue Frank Miller is maybe a good example. When you read the Dark Knight Returns, drawn by him, versus All-Star Superman that was written by him, or All-Star Batman that was written by him but drawn by Jim Lee, it was flat. Yet, I mean, Jim Lee's a good artist, skilled. Yeah. He couldn't get that emotion at all, and so everything fell flat.
That's an entirely different level of art.
Right.
You know, it's like you have art that is technically good. You have art that is that hits all of the right, like, perfect proportions and, you know, photorealistic and everything. And then you have art that has a soul of its own, that has its own emotionality behind it, its own energy, its own whatever. Right. And it usually, like 9 times out of 10, from a technical standpoint, is far inferior to a lot of these other artists. But every time you look at it, it gives you a specific feeling or an emotion. And that, for me, that is the goal for all of my art. Yeah. I don't care if when I was in art class in high school, I sat next to a girl who, you know, I'm sitting here my junior year. She's not even in high school yet. She's a freshman. She's over at our junior high school. And she got bussed over to the high school for art class because she was just so much more advanced than all the rest of them. She was essentially a printer. Like, you gave her any image at all and she could replicate it identically.
Yeah.
And it's a really interesting skill to have. But I remember that we had the teacher say, okay, I want you to create something that doesn't already exist. And she was just like, I don't understand. Like, I don't know how to do that. What am I supposed to do? And it was like, okay, well, if you take like this reference and that reference and this reference, and she's like, yeah, but these are all at slightly different angles and different lighting. And I'm like, that's where the artistry part comes in. She's like, nope, I don't understand it. It doesn't make sense. And like, she couldn't break past that barrier.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's cool that you can do that. And it's impressive when somebody sits down and just replicates a person. Like, it's really impressive, but I never wanted to do that. I always wanted to do something that somebody would look at and be like, I don't really know necessarily what I'm looking at, but I feel sad.
Right.
And I'm not entirely sure why I feel sad. I just know I feel kind of sad. And I'm like, yes, that was the emotion I was going for. Thank you. And it's like, what is it? And be like, oh, I don't know, but I was sad when I painted it. So.
And that's really true with every form of art. Willie Nelson, right? So he wrote songs for lots of people, and they said, man, you should, what's that? Hey, just want to pop in real quick and say Tonic is definitely someone who can draw boobs and ears. This is true. Thank you, sir. And so, and see, that's from Namco.
Yeah.
So this year, they got the message. And so,
but they aren't here.
Oh,
they're not just in the chat. I see how it is.
They would just be causing troubles.
That's true. That's okay. We love you anyway.
Yeah. So we, but all art forms, there's always the discrepancy between skill, because skill is, for instance, being a printer. A printer is cheaper. I can go to Walmart and buy one for like $40. And so a lot of the pure skill people have hard trouble getting into actual careers, because then finances are important. And when you go, well, I can replicate things, they're like, so can a printer. It's a hard skill to find a purpose for. And but being able to express emotion is the point of art, not to just replicate what you see, but to replicate what you feel. And so, and that's where rock music, whether it's grunge playing 3 chords and outselling Mariah Carey.
Yeah.
Well, Mariah Carey's totally more skilled, but it don't matter. We're not here to witness people, perform unique skills where you want to feel something, hear something unique, so on and so forth. And I think that's the difference between a cover artist and an interior artist, which there's lots of people that do both, but I'm more strictly interior artist. Like,
Yeah.
my skill set is just leans hard that way. I can have characters express all these emotions and stuff like that. But if you say, draw one picture and people will buy that comic just because of it, I'm like, oh, I don't do that. That's not what I do. And
Right.
and so Monk is good at both. My only thing, my art style is a lot simpler to produce, so I could do a lot more pages faster.
Right.
And-
Well, and see, that's the thing is, I don't think that I possess the skills to do interior art yet.
Right. And,
Like,
and
I'm working on it, but it's the consistency from panel to panel that I severely lack, and that's because right now everything I do is like crazy loose.
right,
Because
well,
it's easier.
yeah, and my first comics, I didn't even write.
Brian, really? Who's the bitch? We've talked in DMs multiple times, sir.
Hey,
You're supposed to come on this show. This cosplay was for you, and you never showed up.
and I'm pretty certain in Rags number 7, Regina wears that exact same thing because it was just a onesie. She didn't. It's not the full-on Sailor Ragowski thing. So it is 100% comic accurate.
Look at him. I've been busy. I see how it is, Brian. It's okay. We love you anyway. Oh shit. Yeah, and by the way, I did painstakingly look for a blue unicorn onesie. You know how hard it is to find a blue unicorn onesie. They're a lot less plentiful than you might think.
I just found the comments tab. I've been looking at private chat going, I wish I could see what these people are saying. Okay.
Yeah.
I did, yeah. The bear in the shower ad. Well, no, mine was a lady in a kind of
a hairy lady swimsuit ad is what he got.
Oh, I get maybe the bear. I don't know.
God, that reminds me of an Adam Sandler joke. Grandma, why are you wearing a hairy underpants? When he walked in on her in the shower.
Nope. Oh, that is damaging. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's go over your tiers.
Yeah.
To make sure that people understand exactly what they're getting, because you're offering a lot.
Yes.
So I want to make sure that nobody is confused.
Yes.
Yes. Look at fucking I love Brian. I swear I'll schedule a time to come on eventually. I believe you, but see, now I've already worn this, so now I'm gonna have to go with something else.
Yeah, hey, okay.
And the only other thing that she really has is fighting in her underwear.
Yay, ratings.
The only fair thing is when he comes on, you dress up as Kierra.
Fair.
Exactly.
Guys, do another crossover, and I'll be like, well, technically this is still part of that campaign, so
It's all loosely tied together. It's fine.
it's fine. It'll work. Okay.
Okay, the tiers, but before we were derailed by Namco.
Yeah, right. Okay, so you have the $5 tier, which gets you number 8 digital copy.
Yes.
Okay.
You just get number 8 digital. That's all.
Okay. And then what's the next tier? I'm just going to let you go through.
Okay, this one is the physical. So you get a physical copy of number 8 and the digital copy of number 8. But also, exclusively with this campaign, you get Sailor Ragowski number 1 and 2, which I can see I left off 2, and Raven Demon Hunter number 1. So you actually get another comic that I left off.
Awesome.
And those are digital.
Digital.
Right.
All right, and then for 20,
As the kids say.
As
Digit.
those kids. Yeah, those kids are,
digital.
digital!
Fucking hell.
Did you see that? It was Mr. Show, but called Simon Day, and he goes, digital! And he flies.
I have not seen it, but it sounds amazing.
You have to watch that thing. He goes,
Well, just send it to me in DM.
yes, that sounds good. Okay, so Indieverse Digital Bundle. Now, this is everything that's digital. So
All of this goodness right here. Digital.
That's good. Digital. Oh God.
We broke Gordon. He wooed us.
Oh, I'm gonna see every time I say digital, I'm gonna think of that skit. Okay, so you get Saving the World #8 digital, of course, and Sailor Ragowski #1 and #2. I
What
seem
you
to
have
left
there?
it up. Yeah, and then Rags #1, Punchline #1, Otis Stein Digital #1, Lone Wolf #1, Adobe Kroger #1, Triple Crown #1, Kill Journal #1, Zombie World of Oz #1, Identity Set #1, Vestry #1. Vestry #2, Thrasher #1, Thrasher #2. So
And Raven Demon Hunter.
Raven Demon Hunter, yeah, and this one. And
Yes.
so you get all the digital comics that are available on this campaign in one big old bundle.
Very cool. All right. And then if I scroll, there's the digital catch-up bundle.
So if someone, for some reason, has not read Saving the World yet, this is your basic digital catch-up bundle. So you get all of my comics to date, and Saving the Ragowski #1 and #2 digital, and Raven Demon Hunter #1 also digital. Digital.
Brian says he lies. I'm giving him rags 1 through 7 complete.
What? I thought he just said #1. Well, I gotta change everything now. Okay, so. There's many. Okay, that changes everything. So instead of, I'm just gonna go and change. I'll have to just go change Rags #1 to Rags #1 through 7. So
Wow.
now you'll get digital comics over 20. Some digital.
That's
comics.
insanity.
And all Namco comics to date except for #8 that's brand new. I think that's right.
Look at Brian. My work here is complete. To which he also have Tonic. Please do better.
I'm doing the best I can.
Namco is cutthroat, man. I fucking love you guys. You've always been so fucking funny in chats and stuff. But oh my gosh, killing me. All right, so the digital catch-up bundle. So now we have the physical plus the digital catch-up bundle. Digital.
Yes. So this
is never gonna get old.
No, it isn't. Ever. This is everything digital.
Digital.
Plus the physical #8.
Yay! Wait till he finds out the super secret bonus I've been working on for him. Lay off my Coke, Tonic.
I can't. I got a comic to draw. I write it and I draw it.
Solid.
Comics don't draw themselves. Cocaine does.
Cocaine doesn't sniff itself.
That's right. And it shouldn't. If it's still there, it's fair game. Clearly, I win. Okay.
Gonna have to mark this the ratings on this episode a little differently.
Don't worry, they would have to have watched 54 minutes in, and I don't think that they're gonna watch that far. It'll be fine.
By the way, I just want to mention the fact that you said "fuck" 77 seconds in.
I did?
Yes.
Yay!
Yay!
We're already limited ads. You're welcome, everybody.
Except for the hairy ladies one.
Yeah, the hairy lady is always
they
appropriate.
don't care. They're like, she said "fuck." These are our people.
Double
These are our
DX
hairy people.
rotation.
Look at you,
Oh.
monster.
We're still at restrictions none. We have fooled them.
Shh, don't tell them.
Beating the algorithm. Okay.
All right, for $30,
Yeah.
you
Okay.
get the Lawson variant. So this one right over here.
Yeah, this one has a short story. So right there, you see to the right of the standard cover, the Jim Lawson Turtle Tribute variant. So I had Jim Lawson, who drew Ninja Turtles for like 30-some years, 25 years, do a variant cover for Saving the World #8. Now, if you've ever seen Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #8, this cover will look a lot like it, which is
Ah.
on purpose. And #8 was a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles first crossover, and it was with the character Cerebus. So when I was around issue 6 or so, I was like, man, I'm coming up on issue #8, one of my favorite issues of Ninja Turtles was #8. So I decided, let's do. I can do if I'm going to do a crossover, make it #8, and I can have this tribute cover mirroring Ninja Turtles. So that's what I did, and I got a guy who drew Ninja Turtles to do the variant cover. So this tier gets you just that physical cover, plus Saving the World #8, digital.
Okay.
And so that's it.
Very cool. Real quick, Brian, he's like, all right, fam, gonna unload these bags. Take care. Stay safe, sir. Stay safe.
See you, sir.
Hit me up when you're back, and we'll figure out what the fuck you're doing and get you on. I love Eating Crow comics. We are the algorithm. We have the best chat. That ball shaver money. Look, it's fine if they were okay with us saying fuck 77 seconds in. I'm pretty sure they're here to stay.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we ever hit 3 million views, I'm gonna shit a brick.
With science.
Yes. Or subs.
I'm just gonna randomly hit our videos.
Stop it.
No.
All right, so the digital catch-up and Indieverse bundle. So this is getting you. This is one that confused me, because you have Saving the World Volume 1, and then you jump to 5, 6, 7, and 8.
Yes. Okay. Volume 1 was the collected trade, so it collects #1 through 4.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, right there. You get Saving the World Volume 1 digest that collects Saving the World #1 through 4, and the spin-off Lily and Wepawet.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know if you remember this, but you
I
had
do.
me on back then when I did that. And
Yes, because I had to tear up a very small shirt.
that's right.
I remember doing that, and I remember strategically placing holes and going, "Is this going to be YouTube friendly?" I'm like, if I don't move, I should be fine.
Right. And see, to date, you're the only person to cosplay as Lily.
Yay!
There's a high possibility you're the only person to cosplay as anybody from Saving the World, but that's still a thing.
And you know what? I will. And I'm gonna cosplay. What was her name? Kierra?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna cosplay her. She's next on my list.
Good.
I'm not gonna cosplay this version of her.
Right.
Because I'm pretty sure YouTube had a problem with me wearing a silver reflective top. They said that it was lewd and we had to appeal. And they were like, I guess it's okay. I was like, it's a fucking turtleneck and a long sleeve shirt.
Yeah.
That's silver.
See, what they actually thought was that I had assimilated you at that point, and so you were
And then I
topless.
was topless.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
all chrome.
Now, I will give you a hint. Okay. So they sell basically that top on like Amazon because it's a yoga top. Okay, but the funny thing is some of my later superheroes intentionally are wearing yoga clothes because it makes sense of how they could have access to that. But Kierra, I just designed it, and my wife was looking on Amazon. She goes, "There's Kierra's top. It's a yoga top." I was like, "What?" Yeah, they make the exact. It even has the same seams.
Have her send it to me.
Yeah, I will.
Because I will 1,000% go. I will go ham cosplaying Kierra, and I will make it legitimately awesome.
Yeah.
Especially if I can get that yoga top.
Yeah, and
Christopher wasn't blackface. Damn it! I was the silhouette. I was a fucking shadow. How dare you, sir?
Do I have a picture of that?
No.
What was it from?
No. Not helping you. You have a horrible memory. I'm not telling you.
What was it from?
Digital catch-up and Indieverse bundle. I swear, chat, shut your fucking mouth.
What was it from, chat?
No, chat. Behave. Behave yourselves.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
Our chat behave. That is a bold strategy.
Look at this. Roachball was the blackface and orange man. I was a cockroach, damn it. Look at Brian comes back. Brian comes back for potential racism. There was no racism, Brian. I cosplayed a shadow. People had a problem with it. It's fine. Look, if anybody ever wants to just attempt to really fucking embarrass me, I mean, you're not going to, because I did it on my on our channel. I came on our channel dressed like these things. But if you go back through and watch all the various cosplays I've done, there's been a lot. There's been some questionable ones. Oh, okay,
wow.
All right. Sorry, digital catch-up bundle and Indieverse bundle. I swear we're gonna get through this.
Wow.
Within like, I bet by tomorrow, Brian has blackface passes for $15.
I bet, Brian. Will you just send me one right now? Let's just.
And I'm getting half. Okay, so
It needs to be like a punch card, though. That way you can keep selling them.
like a Subway punch card.
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
it was literally black. It was literally the color black, and it wasn't for a black character. It was for a character that is a shadow.
But you're black. He's black.
I knew that clip would come in handy.
Oh my gosh, and it did. We need to watch that movie again.
Have you seen Lethal Weapon 2?
Wow, forever ago?
That's
a
right. I
real
think
long time ago.
you watched it when you were young. That's funny.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I watched it with my dad, and my mom was like, I don't think this is appropriate. And he's like, she doesn't understand half these jokes. It's fine.
That's actually the name of the clip that I renamed it when I uploaded it as Blick.
All right. So we already covered this. This is where you get all digital catch up. Fucking.
Oh yeah. Oh, but you had a question because it was something like maybe something else. Oh
No. So we got that answer. Oh my.
Trudeau bundle. Oh god.
I can't do this. This is so bad. So it's because it's volume 1 and then issue 5, 6, 7, and 8. Yeah. So
Right.
we covered that.
Right. We got it.
Okay. All right. Let's fucking scroll away from this.
Yeah.
All right. For $50, what are they getting?
Okay, you get 2 physical comics. So Ernie, scroll upward.
Scroll up. Yeah. I was like, I just saw
Right
it.
there. Yeah. So Zombie Ernie did 2 variant covers that are a theme, and so one is Sailor Ragowski and the other is Kierra, and so I put them into one bundle. That is the 2 variant covers for $50, and you also get the Sailor.
He wrote blackface passes coming soon thanks to Gaslight. Damn it, Brian! Oh my gosh! Oh.
Now you have to tell us which cosplay it was, so I could at least bring up some defense of you.
It was for Philly cheesesteaks, the Lost Pages.
Okay.
I was the silhouette, remember?
Let me dip into our unpublished cosplays.
I don't think that it's in there. I don't think that I gave it to you because I didn't want it to be used against me later. I had enough forethought to go, I probably shouldn't have this everywhere.
Wait, which one of Phil's books?
The Lost Pages.
Oh my god.
I don't even have
here
one
it is.
saved. Oh, you bitch. I didn't even have it on my own computer. That's how much I was like, I'm just gonna turn it off.
Oh no, you have 4 cosplay pictures from the Lost Pages, none of which are the one in question. All right.
Yes!
That's it. I'm going through our YouTube archive.
All right.
Please proceed. I'll be with you in a moment.
So we got Ernie variants.
Oh, yeah. So you get the 2 Ernie variants in one bundle, and then you get the Sailor Ragowski number 1 and 2, and Raven Demon Hunter number 1.
Fucking Gordon. It's Black now. Alright, for 90.
Okay.
Oh, this is why I hate Kickstarter. I always do this.
Variant cover bundle. So this, you get all 4 of the covers.
Very cool.
And then you get all the 4 digital comics. And that one, I actually happened to correctly put Sailor Ragowski number 2 digital on it. God,
you had it in the other one, but you broke it up with Demon Hunter.
Oh, I did. Okay.
Yeah, so you had 1, then Demon Hunter, Raven, and then 2.
I have so much work to do after this stream, so I gotta make sure
this is
that
why we bring you on, so we can help you find those things.
It's good because I don't like editing anything or like looking over after I've done it. Because I'm like, I'm done. I gotta go play Conan or something. So, okay. So yeah, that one you get all of the that's usually the more popular. There for the pricey ones definitely because people get all the variants in one bundle.
All right, and then the physical catch-up bundle.
Right, the old-fashioned physical catch-up bundle. That's if you want all of the physical comics of Saving the World, you get those. But of course, you also get Sailor Ragowski number 1 digital, Sailor Ragowski number 2 digital, and Raven Demon Hunter number 1
digital.
Man, we need to. Okay, Cyborg. Hold on, let me see. What was it called? It was Dave and what's those guys' names? I forget from Mr. Show. Digital. Oh, I found it. Hold on, wow. I can post it in the comments maybe.
Yeah, you could comment it if you wanted everyone to be able to pull it up. You could put it in the private chat and we can drop it into the live chat as well.
Okay, that's a good idea. Okay.
Bob and Dave. Hello, Moromi. I'm glad that you popped in to give us the informations.
Yeah, it was Bob and David. And okay, so hold on. Oh, I am so confused. I'm so bad at things. Hold on. Okay. Okay, here, I found the thing. Oh, now you got an ad for a phone game, so that's cool.
Wow, okay.
Step up. Man, the more you say the F word and talk about blackface, like you're getting higher end ads.
I know. Oh, it's terrible.
Things change, don't they? There we go.
So if you make it a comment, it'll show the link. If you try to post it in the chat, I don't think it will. But like I said, you could also post it in the private chat in StreamYard, and then I can port it over.
Oh, okay. Hold on. That's a good idea. Boop. Okay, I did that.
Okay. All right. So for anyone who wants to hear digital,
and he's like, it's of course there's a guy that you think this is a crazy parody of. No, it's just a spot-on impression. He was really like this, and it was during the early 2000s when that .com boom, to where everybody was listening to these people they thought just knew so much more that they couldn't keep up. but in fact they were just insane. They didn't know anything. But this guy's like, everything. He was like, the future is digital and all this stuff. Digital. And then and he says, do you ever need to be in two places at the same time? Well, I have a revolutionary new technology called brothers. And so he has his brothers dress up like him and walk around going, digital, at other conferences. Anyways, it's very...
That's hilarious. Okay, so the physical catch-up bundle, you can get everything from Saving the World up to now. We actually had a question from Mrs. H a second ago. She said, is issue 7 of Saving the World in the Into the Indieverse tier?
Number 7?
Yes.
Into the Indieverse.
Thank you, Sai.
Dude, I
got
know.
the least flattering version of it, too.
You're welcome.
It's so much worse than I remember. It's so much worse than I remember.
In hindsight, oh my god.
It wasn't. It was a fucking shadow.
You know, it's really dependent on context to an insane degree. But I instantly thought Justin Trudeau.
I feel like she did better than Justin Trudeau.
Wow.
For Justin Trudeau cosplay, it is.
Oh, yeah,
amazing.
that's all it was.
Let me just save this to our drive.
Bitch. Somebody at some point, somebody's gonna be like, "Cancel Shae. She did blackface once," and it's gonna be like, "Yeah, yeah. Look at Moromi. Good thing you labeled it. I know, right? I'm fucked. It's fine. Cancel Shae. It's already happening.
You can't be canceled when you're already canceled.
That's true.
You know, because people always
fine.
go. I had someone say, "I have a character named Gypsy." And they were like, "You sure?" Because, you know, some people are offended by the word gypsy or the name gypsy. And I said, yeah, I doubt any of my readers are gypsies, so I'm sure it's be okay. And then I make that character, and I was like, well, DC has a character named Gypsy, because I search everything to make sure I'm not, you know.
Right.
And DC had in the 80s a character named Gypsy, but I was like, no way they bring that back if someone told me, oh, you better watch out. And sure enough, Gypsy's like in the CW TV shows. And I'm like, what? What? Nobody cares.
Course.
Yeah, they're very selective. So anyways, yeah, Indieverse Bundle gives you everything. You get the all the digital stuff. And then, okay, this is the next one. This is, what is it called? Scroll up just a hair. The
Variant cover plus Indieverse bundle.
Okay, this gives you all the variant covers plus the Indieverse bundle. In hindsight, the Indieverse bundle could have been an add-on, but you don't see add-ons till I don't know. So, and I've seen more complicated, like I've seen really big campaigns that are crazy complicated.
Yep.
And so I'm kind of like,
I have refused to back campaigns because they were too complicated. And I was like, I don't even know what the fuck you're trying to say here.
It's very hard. And I try to never, even though I lean towards naming them goofy things, whenever I find where they're like the gold tier or the Tipsy Russell tier, and I'm like, I have no idea what your jokes are. I need to know what's in this bundle. So I do straight naming where it's like, hey, physical catch-up bundle. So, you know, self-explanatory. So,
okay, so this is the variant cover and Indieverse. This is the physical catch-up.
They get you
Indieverse.
my whole series and the Indieverse.
Gotcha.
And lastly, everything. That's the easiest one to get. If anyone's confused, scroll all the way to the bottom and click on this one. It gets you everything I have to offer. Clearly things I didn't even know I had to offer in the first place. So,
fair.
Yeah, so you get not just rags. Yeah, I I can go in there and just change rags number 1 digital to rags number 1 through 7. And that's
This is
minimal work. Okay,
Just
so
make sure that you find every time you said 2 and get rid of it.
no, I never said rags number 2. I said, oh no, the Sailor Ragowski number 1
Oh.
and 2.
Oh, that's right. Okay, yeah. Rags, you never said. There we go.
What we didn't know until now is that when Brian said, yeah, you can include rags on that, I assumed he meant number 1, not his entire series. So now, yeah, you get everything Namco with the whole thing.
That is awesome. And look at you just trucking along. You got 81 backers. You launched it like noon-ish.
Yeah.
That is not bad.
Our first 24 hours for number 7, we had 76 or 78 backers after 24 hours. So we're ahead in backers, and so we're doing pretty good. So far,
That is awesome.
And our last campaign wrapped at. Oh, and we're offsetting. This is what some people might want to know. We're offsetting the Indiegogo. So after this one wraps, then we'll launch the Indiegogo campaign right after that.
Okay.
I get maybe 10 or 15 backers on Indiegogo, and it was a lot of stress getting them both launched at the same time. I ended up focusing so much on Kickstarter because clearly, I was, almost everybody was there. So I wanted to give Indiegogo a little bit more love. And so to do that, I offset it. And it's weird because my first issue mainly did, it does. And it is everything Namco, except for number 8, which you have to go to their Patreon and support them there. And you'll get number 8, I'm assuming. I'm not a spokesperson. I have no idea.
Probably.
If you're wanting it, that's a good shot.
There's
Why
a
not?
good chance it could work out for you.
Right. I think I got it. I support
Very cool.
Namco. And so, yeah. And, okay, we went over our tiers. So,
We did.
So Saving the World number 8. Yeah, it continues the story of Kierra and Nora. And so you get a lot more of this puts them in a world that is so much more bombastic. But like in Kierra and Nora's world, nobody really fully knows that superheroes exist. Everything's on the down low. There's hints of weird things, but it's all, a little small on a smaller scale. Sailor Ragowski's world is Japan, and there's kaiju everywhere.
Yeah.
It is right. There's magic girls and all this stuff. So Kierra and Nora being dropped into this world, it allows me to show how far their powers can go without really altering. Like if they were in their world, it'd be hard to ignore kaiju. Where in Sailor Ragowski's world, Kierra single-handedly goes face-to-face with a gigantic kaiju. So it's her versus Godzilla, essentially. So it pushes her to the limit. How big and strong can she get?
I love this. This is like the most negging comment I think ever. It says Saving the World had no business being so fun.
The irony of it all was, like my early comics, that would be the opposite. They were the absence of fun. And I just hit a groove, like hooking into a thing. And I see a lot of people go, well, I can't get to the, I'm not quite where I want to be artistically or writing and all that. And it happens overnight. And you just got to keep working at it. And you don't know, one day you'll be one way. And then the next day you'll go, it's just an idea, usually, that pushes you over. And for me, if anybody backed my first campaign of number 1, that comic shipped out. And, I don't know why. I don't know. Anyways, big time people backed that comic. Way bigger, like professional comic book artists. I don't know why. Anyways, they backed it. I shipped that thing out and I was like, yay, because I'm oblivious. it's maybe my superpower. I'm oblivious. I can just do things, and I don't realize other people see this. I know it goes into the mail, but that's as far as I can. And so anyways, in hindsight, when I went back and looked at that issue, it was made 10 years prior when I was 30. And I was doing a Hail Mary that I was like, well, it's the dream I had as a kid of being an artist was not going to happen. I fixed tires for a living. So it is what it is. But at least I can say that one comic I did, I sold it to 3 or 4 people. So that at least, I did something. And so I went and re-inked the whole comic digitally, but I just used the original art. I hadn't drawn in 10 years too, because I drew my entire life until 30 when I did Saving the World, and I drew a little bit after and then just quit and I just moved on with my life. So I bought an iPad and I just took photos of the original art and then traced over them and inked them. And with no practice, no nothing, just straight into it, funded the comic, shipped it out, and I sold I had 136 backers. And so I'm like, whoa, this was a lot more successful than I thought. And then number 2, you'll notice the art style, like there's this huge leap. Well, because there's technically 10 years in between there. And I warmed myself up with number 1 and number 2. But if you compare number 2 to number 6 or 7, you go, whoa. Yeah, because I'm learning how to make comics by making comics. So everybody always asks me, how do you learn how to make comics? I'm like, you make them.
You just do it.
Preferably, you get people to pay you to learn how to make comics.
So it's not so expensive for you to just do it. Yeah.
I'm thinking my readers are kind of like, man, I'm going to keep paying him. Hopefully he gets good.
Eventually, it'll get better. If I just keep paying him, he'll get better.
when I did volume 1, I don't know if it's before that. Anyways, I went back over number 1, and I was like, whoa, there's some art that was pretty bad. Heads, way too big or way too small. Arms differently. I mean, the gambit of eyes, not even slightly aligned. It was a nightmare. And so I redid some of the art, and I told myself only number 1, but that's because it was 10 years ago, and it's pretty rough. So I redid it, and so like volume 1 and stuff like that, it has the polished up art, but you can still see a major leap from 1 to 2, and then each one getting better. And it was
That's awesome.
It was a little bit of a balance between me not having drawn for 10 years and never drawing digital before.
Digital's a whole different beast. I have a hard time with it because I'm used to the tactile feedback that you don't get.
Yeah.
And it's so hard to like wrap your mind around this incredibly smooth surface, but it's like to know when to stop.
Right. And
it's
like issue number 5 was when I caught up with my physical art. So like number 5 is what I would be able to draw just with a pencil and paper. But it took me a long time to slowly, and now I've moved beyond what I could possibly do. So Mrs. H says, so fixing tires helped you realize you had to balance your life out. Yes, that's very funny. It's very funny. Yes.
Very funny.
Yeah, kind of. But also, someone was asking me about like not just drawing and writing comics, but self-publishing. It's every hat on all at once. And especially if you're, whether you're a writer and artist, there's different complications to whether you're paying for a freaking artist or you're actually trying to find the time to draw it. It's business. And so I know several people who are really, really good. Their skill level's crazy high with drawing and writing.
Oh, their skill level is great. Okay.
Yeah,
I thought we were back talking about cocaine again. My bad.
No, not yet.
Okay.
Skill and talent level is really high. They're really good at it, and they can't sell more than 5 issues because they have no business sense. And, that I opened a tire shop because I was sick of working for other people because I always did construction and stuff like that. So I opened a tire shop and it made pretty good money. I did good, but it was back-breaking labor. But it taught me how to run a business. And so, people go, how do I? It's like, you have to. I loved selling tires. Like I went to conventions, right? I love the technology of tires and the different makes and models and all this stuff. I really got into it. I'm a nerd about anything you hand me. I will dissect it and be like, that's my life now. And so I physically became it. I wasn't going to be able to continue much longer. Just breaking down. It was. I woke up and I couldn't get out of bed because I pulled a muscle in my back, and so I had to go to the doctor. They gave me shots in the back to get me prepped back up, and then going and fixing semi tires. And I was like, this ain't gonna work forever. And anyways, but as a Hail Mary, I just released that comic, not thinking it would do anything, and I ended up selling the tire shop in 2020 because there was a freaking pandemic and all this crap. And I knew someone that wanted to buy it and they wanted to take it over. I was like, I really don't want to do it anymore. And my comic was doing pretty good. And I have a few other artsy weird things I do on Twitter. I make mods for video games or on Patreon and stuff. I make mods and stuff. And so I was like, I think I could live doing this. And so since January of 2021, I only do comic books. And I live in Oklahoma, so before someone in California goes, I'm going to do that. Oh, yeah, you want to move somewhere really cheap. Because, it's crowdfunding comics can be lucrative, but they'll keep your budget very, very low.
Yeah.
Because, you don't want to be sitting there worrying about money. It'll make you make terrible decisions.
That is true.
And so anyways, she was just talking about business. People want to know you got to be good at business. There's almost no way to get around it.
No, and the thing is, the only thing that you can really do if you yourself are a creative that is not good at business, the best thing that you could do is partner up with somebody that you can trust that is. Which is why, despite what a lot of people think, project managers are not a bad idea, especially if you are someone who squirrels out and forgets to check things like comparing costs of various items, because that will sink you quicker than I think what most people do when they come on this channel that gets them in the most trouble is start promising shit that they haven't priced out yet. And they're like, oh yeah, we could totally do like patches and we'll do figures and and I'm like, whoa, no, they will look into pricing out how much something like that will cost. They are not promising that they're going to do that. And I was like, and we will talk off air. You need to shut up right now. Like, because if you double down on it, I can no longer help you. The only thing I can do is step in as a host and be like, no. That's not what they're saying. They're saying they're going to look into it. They're not saying they're going to do it.
Help you. Not fuck yourself.
Oh yeah, and we've had people that have promised shit, and I was like, "Have you priced any of that out?" And they were like, "No, it can't be that expensive." And I was like, "Couple grand per item that you just said," and they were like, "Wait, really?" I was like, "And that's not even you buying the stock. That's just you having the vector files and everything that you need for it." And I was like,
"I'm just DMing Shae. This just turned into a fucking snuff stream right now."
Yeah, we're sitting here trying to like walk it all back the whole time. Like, please stop talking. Like, shh. I'm gonna just mute you for a second. We're just gonna move on. Speaking of, we have been going. This is one of our longest streams that I think we've ever done. We were an hour and 29 minutes, and it's been phenomenal. I'm just gonna switch our layout real quick. Boom!
You did it awesome. I was reaching up trying to get to it, but I was all the way down in our videos, so I had to scroll up.
It's fine. Yeah, this is epic, and you're doing really, really good for just like you haven't even been a live campaign for 10 hours yet.
Yeah, and everybody gets paid tomorrow.
Sweet.
So
I do.
Yes. I wish I did. I don't get paid for another week.
You know what? It's funny. how you get paid helps financing. Like some people need the every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I suck at it because all my bills are monthly. I am not responsible, right? So
Yeah.
I get paid like 5 times a year, right? Because I do comics. I get paid when my campaign is done or a little after. Well, I know exactly what I got to pay, right? So I can't go, well, maybe next paycheck in, 3 or 4 months. No. So I pay all my bills. I've never paid all my bills so well in my entire life because I get all my money in giant clumps and I just pay my bills and then figure out everything else later.
You're
So-
like, I'm just gonna pay five months worth of electricity and water.
From my house.
Here's my mortgage payment for half a year. And the mortgage company's like, the fuck is happening? You'd be like, don't worry about it. That's to cover the next
Right.
however long.
And fortunately, I have like my banker and all that. He's like, okay, and because I kind of jumped into it when I was like 2 months behind or something, right? And I said, it's cool. I do comics and I get paid all at once. And that sounds like completely made up.
Yeah.
And he's like, okie dokie.
Sure you
like,
do.
Man, he was fine. He was just like, all right, that sounds good. And I'm like, he is a very good banker. So anyways, but then I've been like, man, I love how this works because I'm irresponsible. So I can't save up, right? That's not going to happen. I'll
Right.
never save up the money I need. But if I only get it all at once, I go, the second I get it, I go, oh, I pay all my bills now. So it's simple and easy. So that's worked really well for me. So anyways.
Awesome. Well,
adult stuff.
this is how to adult via TonicMole. There you go.
That's me.
Digital! Anyway.
Cocaine and digital.
Yay! Digital cocaine!
Digital cocaine. That we need to later.
We just made a thing.
We just made a thing.
It's gonna show up in like the next Saving the World. They're
Digital
gonna like
cocaine. Isn't that like VTubers?
You're gonna have Saving the World. They're gonna have to go through and like stop digital cocaine smugglers.
the digital. That's a tier. The digital cocaine.
Very nice. I like it. Well, everybody who's watching, so you have gone up again. You have 82 backers now. It's phenomenal. Please go and check out Saving the World #8, which has an epic crossover, a shit ton of digital comic
Digital!
books.
And we found out more digital than we even knew starting this stream.
There's so many more. There's a whole 6 more than what we thought there was.
Yeah.
So you're getting a shit ton of digital comics.
So who knows how many by the time this wraps? Because I'm clearly oblivious. So,
That is very true. There could be so many more.
yeah.
So go and back this as soon as possible. If you are absolutely vehemently against Kickstarter, which I understand some people are, and I'm not gonna lie, I have some stuff coming out in Kickstarter in the next couple of weeks, and I'm like, bruh, I don't know if my bank account is gonna be happy for it. Then the Indiegogo will happen after the Kickstarter campaign, and you can back it there. But
And it'll take it out immediately.
But you might want to
Yeah.
do it now. I'm just saying.
Yes, and also, everything's on my website. My campaigns while they fund are. Sometimes I do a pre-order. I can't remember if I did #8 pre-order. But anyways, you can buy all my back issues and get them sent to you immediately just through my website, which is easily enough, toniccomics.com. And
Look at that.
you can buy digital. I have a digital.
Digital.
Digital! I have a digital storefront where you can just buy digital copies of my comic right off my website. Instant gratification. And so
Awesome.
Is it CS or COMIX for your URL?
IX, what do I look like? Some
Oh my
highfalutin
God.
mainstream yuppie?
Don't be like TonicMole. Pay your bills whenever. I want to thank TonicMole so much for hanging out with us. It's been absolute blast. Thanks to Nanko, who just randomly popped into the chat and gave us a whole bunch of shit.
More comics.
I appreciate you guys being total douchebags. You know I love you. And, well, you probably don't, Brian, because you forgot who the fuck I am. But anyway, it's fine. I forgive you.
Sure you do. She doesn't.
I don't at all. It's fine. And yeah, thanks to everybody who's been watching. You guys are amazing. We wouldn't do this without you. So thank you for being here.
We would do this without anybody.
And we will see you guys next time. Check you later.
Bye.